Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching us from. This is Anthony Njenga, business debut. And today we have an amazing discussion. We want to discuss on issues of vision. But remember what we discussed in the last two programs. We discussed something about how to start a business, what are the business opportunities. And I'm sure you are all challenged and excited about learning from us. And I've also learned a lot as we discuss this. So today we want to go back a bit and discuss vision because it's key. What do they say? They say vision is a statement of inspiration. A vision is an inspiration statement of an idea that has an emotional connection with what you want to do. So in business, the one thing that you must have is a vision. Now, when you want to start a business, things I've learned as I go along. I'll use my case in point. When I told my sisters and my brothers that I was going to jump out of employment and go into business, they thought I was crazy. And one thing, and it usually happens, anytime you tell somebody that you want to start something new, people will give you the negative vibe. But you know what? We usually say the person who has a vision is the person who can see the business to the very end. So you get a lot of people who are distracting. For example, when I told my relatives that I was going to leave employment and go into business, they were scared for me. Why? Because they knew me as a person who's working in an organization and earning a salary, but I was uncomfortable where I was. So what happens is when you have a great vision, it disturbs you. It wants you to jump out. But remember, you are the only one who has that vision, not them. They're seeing things differently. So as an entrepreneur, we remember the only thing that keeps you going is a great vision. If you don't have a great vision, then you find you might get bored along the way. So remember, I said vision is important. You'll always find distractors. People will tell you, don't jump, it's too early, or they'll tell you the environment is not good. For example, when I was starting my business, it was a period where they had a serious economic recession in Kenya, and it was the wrong time to leave employment. However, because of what was inside me, and I was really wanted to do this, it didn't matter about the environment. So even like right now, in this condition, you find there are things that are happening. Corona has hit us, and people are saying this is the wrong time to start new things. Remember, vision is for the person who has seen it, not for everyone. So when you think you have ready to do something, it doesn't matter what people will tell you, because you'll have naysayers. You'll have people who will think that you are not ready to do anything. There are people who think that this is not for you, and hence you'll have distractors. But the thing is to push forward. You know, something interesting is that Google encourages their employees to think big and beyond achievements that they cannot achieve. Why? Because when you have a great vision it pushes you. You know, I was watching Elon Musk who was discussing about going to Mars, and even Jack Bezos, who was talking about the vision for Amazon. And one of the other visions is for them to be able to, he has a 5-year vision, 7-year vision. He also has a 100-year vision because they want to go to Mars at some point. So, and that's the thing. So as an entrepreneur, you must have a great vision. Forget naysayers, because they'll always be there. And the naysayers are the people who love you the most. Why? Because they fear for you. You have people who, your colleagues who know you. There are also people who will tell you it's not the right time. But the best thing to do, when you want to run on a course and you have a great thing you want to do, start associating with people who are in that space. And that is important to have that, because if I speak to an entrepreneur who's already an entrepreneur and you talk to them about starting a business, they'll encourage you, they'll pull you on, because they've been there before. But if you talk to somebody who's in employment and you're telling them that you want to start a business, what will they tell you? Because they're scared for themselves, they'll tell you, no, it's not the right thing to do. So one of the things you have to do, associate with people who are already in that space. Now, we say dream big. Why do you need to dream big? Because it's free. Think different. I was just discussing with somebody that one of the things that you want to know to test whether you're an entrepreneur is if you're thinking different from the normal. For example, we have a lot of problems in our country. Oh, there's corruption, there is probably food that we get from up country and it's expensive, or there's issues of food in the country. So there could be a business opportunity there. But you could be the only one seeing it. The other people don't see it. Whenever there's a problem, there's a business opportunity. So when you see that opportunity, it's for you to capitalize on it and dream. Remember what you said, business is about solving problems. It's not about making money. Some people say if you want to make money, you become an investor. But if you want to be an entrepreneur, you solve problems in society. So I encourage you, to jump out. Now, what's the difference between an entrepreneur and a manager? Yeah, because the person who has a vision is the entrepreneur. Now, this is the thing, interesting part. An entrepreneur is a person who wants to start something new all the time. It's Jack Bezos who was talking about that one of the things that Amazon does is that they're a very big company, but they never want to lose a sense of entrepreneurship. They want to still be the entrepreneur who's starting something new. That's why you find Amazon continuously starting things new, because they want to be in a space where they still don't forget the entrepreneur spirit, which is the spirit of starting. Now, you as a business person, and that's the thing, there's always something new you're seeing. That's what tells you you're an entrepreneur. There's something new, you're seeing there's opportunity. So if you find that every time you're talking about a new opportunity, you're a new opportunity, then it tells you that you're really an entrepreneur, because there's things that are disturbing you and you want to start. Entrepreneurs are starters. We start great things, we start crazy things. If somebody tells you that you're crazy because you're thinking about a new business opportunity, then you're the right person, because entrepreneurs think crazy, think outside the box, and that's the way we change the world. Look at what Richard Branson did. He went into the space of airline industry, looked at this opportunity, and saw an opportunity because the airline industry was different. So he went and started Virgin Atlantic. Look at what he's done. He's not only started Virgin Atlantic, he's also in property, he's in mobile phone. Why? Because every time you're thinking of the next new thing. So as an entrepreneur, do not fear to dream, to be creative, because that's the place that you get the most energy. You have to keep constantly looking at how to scale and start new things. When you realize that you are getting bored as an entrepreneur, remember, that is an indication that you're not creating. So one of the things that an entrepreneur has to do, and we usually call them founders, is you have to be creative, continuously creative, because then it keeps your juices alive and it keeps you excited with what you're doing. When immediately you see, like just as watching Amazon today, Jack Bezos is retiring from Amazon. Why? Because Amazon now has become a stable business. He wants to go into another space where he'll start creating new things, and that's how we run. Look at a person like even Alibaba, Jack Ma. Jack Ma now is in media. He's excited because he's creating. Amazon wants to Alibaba. He wants to go to is about to be launched in the stock market as an IPO in the Chinese market, because now he's moved on to go to something else that is exciting him. So we are always, and this is the thing, that if you find that you're always excited about new things, you want to start new things, and that tells you that your space is you're actually an entrepreneur. If you're doing it, and I hear people saying, I have a side hustle. Business is not about a side hustle. Business is a serious business. Remember, when you're running a business, you create employment, you save lives, you help an economy, you help government by paying taxes. So business is not a casual job. Business is a serious business. And I was just thinking about even the issue of like Christ. When you have a serious purpose, do you know what you do? You focus on the purpose and you realize that purpose. Same thing with business. If it's seriously purposed, you focus on it, create seriously, and sometimes it's going to cost you. There'll be blood. Yeah, there'll be times you'll be disappointed. There's times you'll think, this is not the right time for me. You think that you made the wrong decision. That's part of entrepreneurship. But the thing is, you need to focus on the vision you had. And remember what I said, think beyond your territory. Think like I usually say. For example, I say in my great vision is to be able to bring my business in 200 countries in the world. Even if I say that and nobody believes me, it's okay. Me, I believe myself, and I believe it's going to happen because I want to set a target that is so huge that it will be so difficult for me to get there. But by the time I get there, I'll have achieved so much. So, young man, dream big. Look at what has happened to like Facebook or Facebook. The guy just left campus, but because he had a great vision, this is where Facebook has got us. So remember, as an entrepreneur, one, you're thinking crazy, you're an entrepreneur. If you think crazy, if you're always thinking of starting new things and your juices of creative juices are always there, you're a great entrepreneur. When you hear that people are telling you what you're doing it will not make sense, then that tells you you're a good entrepreneur. Why? Because entrepreneurs are crazy. They think differently. They think outside the box. They don't think the normal things. Entrepreneurs don't even follow rules. For example, if you realize you want to be in a space where you're creating new things, you are going against the normal human being because, like, for example, we want to stay within a confine. Let me give you a good example. Like now, for example, the people who are in the cryptocurrency space, all those people are operating in a space where there is no control. There's no government control, but they're excited because they're creating new things. There's a guy called, there's a guy in one who did the Ethereum blockchain. Right now, it's worth probably about a billion or two. But the thing is, the guy was 19 when he started this project, but he looked at it very differently. Now, about 1,600 cryptocurrencies are running on his platform, Ethereum platform, because of creativity and thinking different from the normal, from the common mwananchi. So an entrepreneur thinks differently. You are crazy because you always want to start new things. You don't want to be in a space, a box where your things are working properly. You want to be in a very volatile environment where you are thinking differently, you are doing things differently. That's what makes an entrepreneur. So if you're a young man and you're opening the radio and you're wondering how come this thing has been fixed, you're probably a good entrepreneur. Why? Because you're thinking different from the normal people. People who are employees think differently. They want to think the way their boss is telling them. They get orders from their bosses and they agree on the systems of the organization. For example, in the strategic plan, they follow the strategic plan. An entrepreneur is not in that space. Your space is to go out, create, move forward, be ahead of the pack, and doing things differently so that you're able to achieve differently. Once you do that, when you're different, then you're able to achieve different results and great results. Remember, business is not a casual job. It's not casual, so it's not a side hustle. If you want to do a side hustle, it will always be a side hustle. You can never make you money. But if you're serious, you're giving it your all, you're focusing, you are thinking all the time. If you're sleeping every time, waking up and thinking, oh, what am I going to do next? That's the kind of person, that's an entrepreneur. That's the kind of life you want to lead, where you're constantly thinking, breaking ground, opening new doors, looking at the universe and saying there's an opportunity in this space, whether it's in internet or it's in real estate. Looking at opportunities, you're out there hunting. When you see a space and opportunity, you get excited. That's what entrepreneurship is all about. So it's not a casual thing. So I've discussed two things. I've said you must have a great vision, you must be creative, and you must be in a space where you're not confined and controlled by any environment, because every time you're creating new things. That's what entrepreneurship is all about. And I hope that that has encouraged you. And anytime you look at the people who are entrepreneurs, those are the people you hang out with. When you want to start, call us. You can call Wema TV and say, I want to speak to Anthony Jenga because I want to start something. And I'll encourage you. Or talk to people who are in business, people who've gone through hardships. Yeah? And that's the way to start business. But must have a great vision, because when you have a vision, nothing is impossible. And then remember, you can dream as far as you want, because dreaming is free and opportunities are out there. Remember what I discussed in the last program. There are many opportunities. Look out for them. Once again, my name is Anthony Jenga. Business debut with Wema TV, the voice of hope.
Wema TV, the voice of hope.